So Star announced that they will be buffing limited characters and standard banner characters in the future. I really hope they don't lock the upgrades behind a paywall. It should be something like an Extreme Z Awakening, something like from Dokkan Battle, where you actually get the upgrades from an event or missions. So I hope it will be like everyone could do it. If you have the character, you can do it. So like fuck the gacha mechanic. But enough of my thoughts on that. Let's talk about the first character we'll be making great again, which is Seele. Seele is our first standard, sorry, not standards, first limited 5-star character, and she right now she is very bare bones. Like her kit is very bare bones. She is the first limited 5-star character to come out, so we'll be enhancing her kit. We'll be redoing her ultimate, her talent, her skill, and also her traces. We'll be talking about in what ways we can make it better, and we'll be directly comparing her to another hunt character, which is Fei Xiao. We'll be using Fei Xiao as like a mini, it's like a canvas, like a canvas on buffing Seele, basically. So Seele really wants stats. So let's first talk about Seele's ultimate. So Seele's ultimate right now, she is literally only doing this. Seele enters the buff state and deals 425% of her attack to a single enemy. 425% is insignificant. It's too small. When you compare to Fei Xiao, which also a single target enemy DPS, she's doing 700% of her attack. So, and with also all of these buffs afterwards, Seele could not compare. So I made a little spreadsheet on Google Docs. Basically, what I want her ultimate to be, at least. So Seele enters the buff state and deals quantum damage up to 800%, not 700, 800%. Because Seele does not have Fei Xiao's mechanic of her in her like flying dragon state. She only does her little like whoosh in ultimate. So having like a higher number percentage on her ultimate is fine. So 800% of her attack to a single enemy. And then this is entirely new. Okay, this is entirely new. During this time, Seele can ignore weakness type to reduce the target toughness. So one thing is, you don't always face quantum enemies, and if Seele would only be able to do quantum damage, then it's useless. So she needs to have this in her ultimate. So in her ultimate, she ignores enemy's toughness, and when the enemy is not weakness broken, Seele's weakness break efficiency will be increased by 100%. So basically what Fei Xiao does to a single target enemy DPS. We all know how crazy Fei Xiao, she's tier 0 in almost every mode, right? And one of the reasons is that she has this on her ult. She just ignores enemies' toughness regardless of typing. So it'll be very reasonable to put this on Seele as well. Also, at the end of the Disappear Among the Seer Butterflies, she would deal 200% quantum damage equal to Seele's attack to the target, just to make her ultimate hit harder. If she was an AoE ultimate, I would say, like lower down the percentage, but unfortunately she is a single target ultimate, so I think this is sufficient enough. So let's get to her talent. So right now Seele's talent is this: enter the buff state upon defeating enemy with basic attack, skill, and ultimate. While the buff state, the damage of Seele's attack increased by 80% for one turn. Enemies are defeated in the extra turn provided by Resurgence, which is Seele's unique mechanic of just coming back and doing more attacks. Provide Resurgence will not trigger another Resurgence. So for every time Seele deletes an enemy with a basic attack, skill, ultimate, she gets an extra turn, right? For her to do more damage. So basically like a follow-up attack. Like a old follow-up attack. So for Seele's talent, enter. So basically it's just the same wording, the first few lines. So she also gets the Resurgence anyways. But for the Resurgence, in the buff state, her 80% damage increase will be lasting for 2 turns. That's valid because I added another line is enemies defeated in the extra turn provided by Resurgence will trigger another Resurgence. It will trigger another Resurgence up to 1 extra turn. So Seele basically has 2 turns of Resurgence. So if you kill an enemy the first time, you get a Resurgence. And if you defeated the enemy with Resurgence, you get an extra Resurgence. So basically she has 2 follow-up attacks if enemies are defeated by Resurgence. So just give Seele more attacks, make her able to do more damage, which will be pretty good for her. Lastly, we'll be talking about her skill. The skill actually, just a minor change will make her very good. So the skill is just increasing Seele's. It's just the same thing, but we just give her a follow-up attack. It's just like Fei Xiao. You do her skill, you do some big damage, but like the enemy's not completely dead, right? So you just give her another attack to finish the enemy off. Very simple, very powerful. Gives Seele more turns basically. Okay, traces. So I'm gonna talk about traces. So traces for lacerate. I don't think anything needs to change for lacerate. Rippling waves though. After using a basic attack, Seele's next action will be advanced by 20%. I feel like this could be a little bit larger buff, maybe around a 30 to 40%. Would be nice. 30 to 40%. For Nightshade though, I'll just delete this. Like, this is useless. When current HP percentage is 50% or lower, there's already shielders, there's already healers, for like DPS now, like Adventure 2, Hoi Hoi. So like, especially if you have Adventure 2, you won't see this often, So instead of doing this, you just have this. It just reduces the chance of being attacked by enemies by 40%. I would say 40 to 50% will be a good middle ground to buff Seele. So I think that's all. That's how you make Seele great again, basically. Give her more turns, give her more percentage attacks. That's the most important thing. Give Seele big damage numbers, so she can actually kill the enemies in a timely fashion. Okay. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope they make Seele great again. So yeah, bye.